2,500 years ago, during a time of chaos and division in ancient China, one man rose with a vision, not of power, not of wealth, but of virtue and harmony. His name was Confucius, or Kongchu in Khmer, known in Chinese as Kongzi, Master Kong. Confucius was not a warrior or a king. He was a teacher, a philosopher, and a moral guide whose ideas would later shape the hearts and minds of millions across Asia for centuries. This is the story of his life, teachings, and timeless legacy. Early life. Confucius was born around 551 BCE in the small state of Lu during the spring and autumn period, a time when China was divided into many rival kingdoms. He came from a poor but noble family. His father died when he was just a child, and his mother raised him alone, teaching him to value learning, honesty, and humility. From a young age, Confucius loved studying. He admired the ancient traditions, music, and rituals of the past. He once said, "To study without thinking is labor lost. To think without studying is dangerous." Though he faced poverty, he dreamed of becoming a government official to restore peace and morality to society. He believed that education was the key to building good leaders, not birth or status.
Journey as a teacher. When Confucius grew older, he began teaching others. He accepted anyone, rich or poor, who had the heart to learn. This was revolutionary at the time because education had been reserved only for nobles. His classroom was simple, sometimes outdoors, under the shade of a tree, but his lessons were profound. He taught 5 main virtues: Ren, humanity, kindness, and compassion; Yi, righteousness, doing what is morally right; Li, proper conduct, respect, and rituals; Ji, wisdom and understanding; Shin, faithfulness and honesty. He believed that if every person practiced these virtues, the whole society would live in harmony.
Confucius in politics. Later, Confucius served as a government official in his home state of Lu. He tried to bring fairness, honesty, and order to the government. At first, his reforms were successful. People respected him for his integrity. But corrupt ministers and jealous rulers feared his influence. They saw him as a threat, someone who valued virtue over politics. Eventually, Confucius left the government and began traveling across China with his disciples, searching for a ruler who would accept his philosophy. For 13 years, he journeyed from one state to another, often facing rejection, hunger, and danger. Yet he never gave up. He said, "The superior man is modest in his speech, but exceeds in his actions." Later years and legacy. When Confucius was around 68 years old, he finally returned to his home in Lu. He spent his remaining years teaching, writing, and editing ancient Chinese classics, works on history, poetry, and music. He compiled the Book of Songs, Book of Rites, and Spring and Autumn Annals, preserving China's cultural wisdom for future generations. His disciples recorded his conversations and teachings, later collected into the Analects of Confucius, Lun Yu, or Discussions, a book that continues to inspire people around the world. Confucius passed away in 479 BCE at the age of 72. He died with little fame or recognition, believing his mission had failed, but history proved otherwise.
The rise of Confucianism. Centuries after his death, Chinese emperors and scholars rediscovered his writings. They realized that his teachings could bring stability and moral guidance to the empire. Thus, Confucianism became the foundation of Chinese education, ethics, and politics for more than 2,000 years. Confucius became known as the Great Teacher, his thoughts influencing not only China, but also Korea, Japan, and Vietnam. His philosophy shaped family values, education systems, and government leadership across Asia. He once said, "If you want to change the world, start by cultivating your own heart."
Conclusion: the timeless wisdom of Confucius. Even today, more than 2 millennia later, Confucius's wisdom remains alive. He taught that true power comes not from force, but from virtue, that education is the path to harmony, and that a good leader must first become a good person. His dream was simple yet eternal, a world where respect, kindness, and wisdom guide human relationships. Confucius once said, "To see what is right and not do it is the want of courage." And so his message lives on, reminding us that greatness begins not in power, but in character. End note. This is the story of Confucius, the humble teacher whose words continue to shape hearts, homes, and nations. A man who proved that knowledge and virtue can outlive empires, echoing through time as a light for all who seek truth.